Hello, hello, hello. Kyle A0Z. Welcome to the channel. It's Thursday night. I don't have any agenda whatsoever. And so we're going to, usually I have a guest on or have a topic. And what I'm thinking about doing is you guys can put your topics in the chat here on what you want to talk about. I think I'm going to just open it up, put a link in the chat, and if you guys want to join, if you've got your camera ready and a good audio source, I'm going to bring some people in if you want and hang out. We'll see who joins. But yeah, that's what's on the agenda tonight. I had basically I had a topic, but it fell through, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a no agenda screen. Do I look green? Is this green? Like I look okay on my stream, but now you guys are going to F with me and say everyone's going to say I look green. You know what? It's not going to get any better. It is what it is. You might get a rant fast. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. Oh, hang on. Let me turn off my. Hang on, guys. Let me turn off my highlighted comment on the other one. All right, here we go. What is everyone doing for field day? Does anybody have any plans? Are you going out? Are you not going out? Have you had enough of your club so you decided that you're not gonna do anything? The green is from your chroma key in the background. It's not keyed correctly, Kyle. Well, it looks good to me. I don't know what to tell you, but it looks good on my end. Maybe I need to mess with it later. I'm not going to mess with it now because I can't do two things at once. But you're less red than you were after the tower climbing. Yeah, I went. Well, I didn't climb the tower. I went and helped my contest club put a. Let's talk about that for a minute. Man, is that a job? I had no idea all the things. Obviously, climbing a tower and putting an antenna up is a big deal. But man, does it take a lot of work, and it's not as simple as you think. So we had this winch or this trolley system, and I'm going to put a video out. I got a ton of good video. So we did not get the antenna up. We tried to put up a DX Engineering. It's a Skylark. I think it's a Skylark antenna. I think the boom is about 25 feet across. And we just tried to put it up at the 30-foot level. Actually, not to put it up. We tried just to get it up to the 30-foot level and see if the tram system that we were implementing was going to work. And man, is it tough. We did not get the antenna up and stable in the 30-foot level. So we knew if we went up to 60 foot, because we have 60-foot towers, that it would be a disaster. So next Tuesday, we got a crane coming out, and they're going to loft. They're going to take the two antennas down that are on the 60-foot tower today, and then they are going to put the Yagi up. And this Yagi, I think it weighs about 75 pounds. So it's not light. So, yeah. So, oh, here's Jim. Jim, come on in, Jim. So yeah, we had a fail, but I got a ton of good video for putting a Yagi up on a tower. So that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. And like I said, it was a tram system. It was, we hoisted the antenna up a tram. We pulled it with a rope, hoisted it up to the tram, and then we had to bring if this was the tower, we had to bring, oh, hang on. PSW. Hang on, guys. We had to hoist the antenna up like this and then put it against the tower like this. So using guy ropes, you can't put guy ropes on the end of a Yagi, because how are you going to get those things off once they're up on the tower? So yeah. So that video is coming out soon. Let me put, hang on. So that is it. So I want to see in the chat here, what are people doing for field day? Is anybody doing anything for field day? I've got a story about field day. We have Scouts out of his field day site now. Would crash your stream, but 1 bar 5G and no headphones. Yeah. I've got a story about field day. We have, we're going to just call her Julie. Julie always comes to our field day, our club field day. And all Julie wants to do is, is eat hot dogs. And that's all she talks about is how many hot dogs are we going to have at field day? It's great. It's it's crazy. Hey, Jeem.
Howdy.
We're talking about, we have this this person who comes to our field day for a club, and all she wants to do is eat hot dogs. And whenever she sits down and eats hot dogs, she's like Joey Chestnut or Chess Guy or whatever that guy's, the eating hot dogs.
Chestnut, yeah. The hot dog guy.
She eats like 8 hot dogs, and she stays the whole time. And then, 6 hours later, she comes roaming out of the bathroom. She's like, I don't feel so good. And we're like, because you just ate 8 hot dogs. That's
Do you think?
Oh. So what are your field day plans?
I don't really do field day very much.
No?
I mean, I'll operate from the house if I ain't got anything else going on. I'm not a huge contester, really.
Now,
I mean, I'll do pota hunting and I'll chase contests every now and again, but
yeah. Now, do you belong to a group, a club in your local area?
No, I don't. No, and it's probably unfair of me, but my opinion of the local ham club is that they're all like twice my age, and I'm 61. So
they're 102 or 100, 121.
Yeah, I wasn't good at math on stream, buddy. Yeah, no, I just don't have time for contests. And I mean, between TO and 2 car streams a week, and then randomly other stuff, it's like, no, I don't have time for yet another meeting or anything like that.
So James says that my goal is to make a contact.
I'm with James. I mean, if I do that on field day, it has been a productive field day.
Yeah.
I thought about getting jiggy and, like taking the radio and a battery and sitting out in my carport or something. That way I could like field day. But no, I don't really have a group here that I go hang out with. And it's been it's hot in Alabama. And,
it's going to be hot here too. It's going to be,
yeah.
This is the first field day that I can remember that it's not going to rain all weekend, or it's not going to rain any day.
Right.
I think it's going to be sunny the whole time in St. Louis.
Which is amazing, right? Because usually it is crappy weather.
Right.
Winter field day is even worse. Down here, it's usually raining in winter field day.
But winter field day, isn't it a bit warmer? Isn't it above freezing during winter field day?
For us, yeah, it is. It's like 38 or 45 and raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it is up there.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a cold rain too, so it probably hits a little bit harder.
It's pretty miserable generally. Yeah, I just never, I don't have anything against people participating in field day. And if I had a bunch of ham bros I hung out with, I might go out and do it. I did one time, me and a buddy set up in the fire station parking lot 4 or 5 years ago and field day from up there. And we'd walk back inside in the air condition, sip a cold beverage, and then go back outside and play radio a little more. But
Yeah,
that was it. And then we discovered, because we were both very new hams, we discovered that operating 2 radios side by side is kind of problematic unless you have a lot of filters for everything.
yeah. Wild Hogs and Ham says he's going to try and get his first CW field day CW contact. Good luck.
That would be great. I've got to get CW. I really want to learn CW. I checked extra off the list, right? Done. And now I need to put some effort into CW, but it just comes down to time and between work and stuff.
You know what? I wish there was a rule that on field day, you could do CW, obviously, but you could not go over 25 words a minute.
Is there a lot of high speed ops on field day? Now, what kind of speed do you have?
Oh, 25, okay. So I start out at 22 to 25 if I'm contesting, but I mean, I don't do a lot of CW contesting because I'm a relatively new CW operator. I've only been doing CW for 2 years, and I know some operators, they're on the air for 8 months, 9 months, a year, and they're just like, oh, I'm at 35 words a minute. I guess I just don't get on the air enough, but I think field day this is my opinion. You guys can put all your hate comments actually send them to the gym.
No, I get enough.
I think field day should be more of a getting people on the air event and getting new hams involved and versus trying to make as many contacts as possible. I wish that it was called like a go-to station was worth like 100 points per contact. And, CW operators, high-speed CW operators were worth a half a contact. And SSB contacts, if you got somebody that was on the air for less than 5 years, those contacts were worth 5 points or something. And you could get all the people from your club who just got a general license and they're rookies and they don't have a lot of HF experience. This is the time to get them on the air. And what is totally mind-boggling to me is, especially if you're a new CW operator and there's old fogies out there that are going 35 and 40 words a minute, and you're trying to I got my first CW contact. How long did it take you to decode a station because they were doing 35 words a minute? They wouldn't slow down.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like what we were just talking about on the car show. I think, first of all, the get on the air thing is a great plan. I think that's more what field day should be about. But also, I get the contest guys, the 35 word a minute guys, and God bless them. That's awesome. That's a wonderful skill. If the balloon ever goes up, you'll be able to talk high speed to 3 other people in the world. But I think they need to understand. I understand where they're coming from. They want to make contact so they can get their name in the page of QST for field day. I get that. That's incredibly important. The world revolves around that, but you can tell my opinion of it. But I also think that field day should be more fun. And I think that's the biggest thing with a lot of stuff I've seen in ham radio is, and we've said this before on car, I've said it on videos of mine, I'm sure you've said it, just because you don't like what I'm doing, go do something else. You don't have to like mine. I don't care if you like mine or not. Yeah. If you want to do 35 word a minute CW, maybe we need to have a band. We need to split up CW bands a little bit. CW doesn't use that much bandwidth. Make 2 or 3 of them. This is the high speed lane. This is the right lane.
Yeah, it's a good point.
You stay in your lane, life will be better. Because God knows if I'm learning CW, I'm not going to ever try to talk to anybody that's banging out, even 25 words a minute. I'd be lost. I wouldn't know what you were saying. I couldn't copy it.
Hamman CT, move on to the next one. Here's the problem with move on to the next one. I agree. Move on to the next one. Totally agree. But whenever you're rolling up and down the band, and I understand field day might be a different type of contest, but I find that if someone's going 40 words a minute and I roll up and down the band, typically in a couple of minutes, maybe not a couple of minutes, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, I've worked everyone up and down the band. So now I'm literally the only people that I have not worked are the people that are doing 40 words a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So
it kind of works against you.
Yeah, exactly. And then, all right, so I'm going to go take a break, and it gets a little boring whenever you're spinning that VFO knob. You're just like, I work that guy. I work that guy. I work that guy. Maybe you get to a point where, like you said, you've got people that you got lanes, and the high speed guys are here and the slow speed guys are over there. Or maybe you make a rule to say, all right, we're going to try an experiment, and you can't do over 25 words a minute for field day, and see how many more CW contacts, see how many more new people you get submitting logs for CW. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a whole lot of things that you could do to make it more open and inviting.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've played with CW. I had a Morcerino for quite a while, and when the Morcerino can understand my CQ, I know that I've got a lot of work to do, right? And I can barely remember CQ in Morse. So there's no, I would be completely intimidated by trying to do anything on the air with CW, because I'm the guy that would get yelled at. It's like, oh my God, can you type any slower? Well, yes, I can. Would you like me to?
Yeah.
Is my 4 words a minute too fast, or,
Here at Wild Hogs and Ham, I never had an English, French, or Spanish teacher tell me that I need to talk faster. That's great.
That's right. That's exactly
great.
Right.
Speak it, brother. Speak it.
I mean, unless you're talking to somebody who doesn't speak American, and then you talk loud and very slow for them. Very loud and very slow. That helps all the time.
It's like whenever I go home, I'll say, hey, do you want the butter? And all I get is and I'm like, do you want the butter? And it goes from like 3 dB to 1,000 dB real fast, because I'm just like, I'm it's funny.
I've got a J38 key here. I decided that if I get to CW, and Vince, I may take you up on that offer. I'm not going to learn that fancy schmancy double fisted gadget that you use, the beep beep thing. I'm just going to stick with this, because I'm afraid I'll get talking so fast I'll start popping out swear words in CW or something accidentally. And I mean, I'm a technology guy. I love technology. Obviously, you can tell I love technology, but there's just some things I don't know. I don't know. I want to learn it. I just haven't set aside the time for it yet.
It's Norm. It never stops. I'm going to be commenting on Kyle's crazy CW thoughts. It's first.
And now Kyle wants to kill CW on field day.
Yeah. The misconstruedness of if you haven't seen we just did a whole stream on Coffee and Ham Radio. Go back and watch it on how things can be misconstrued and how you become a poster child real fast. But oh well.
Right.
It's it is what it is. Would I go back and do anything different? Nope. Won't do it. It is what it is. It's I own up to all of my mistakes, and if I said it, I said it. So it's just the way it is. There was another comment that I wanted to where is it? My thing doesn't go back that far. I forgot where it was.
I hate it when that happens.
Shit. I can't find it. Oh well.
I got to get used to this fancy thing you've got. It's different from StreamYard, so I've got a window open with the YouTube chat itself, but I can't. I'm trying to paste comments and I can't do that, so I have to keep reading YouTube and trying to keep up with them. Just
shrink your screen and put that on the side, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It is. I've got a tiny wee Kyle over here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I use a thing called Video Ninja, and it works out. I've got all my screens set up here, and it works good. Vince, we got to get you on the stream here. I don't know how to. Here, let me paste the Vince. Check your Gmail or check your email. I'm gonna email since you're not on.
What, Vince? You're not on Discord, really, Vince? It's where all the cool people hang out.
Let me email Vince here. Link, and yeah, Vince, check your email and come on in. Come on in. We're gonna open up the stream here to anybody and everybody. Hopefully, I hope we get pranked. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping
Lord.
that you will come in and prank us somehow. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll open it up at, I don't know, 8:30 Central Time, and we'll have some people on. If you want to be on stream and want to talk crap, and you got to have a camera. You got to be
dressed.
You got to. We don't want to see your dog
or your man nipples.
Your man nipples. And you got to have a decent camera. So if you do, get naked, we need to make sure that, is he naked or is that just his bad camera? and also you, oh yeah. Hang on, Vince. It's, the password is PSECPY. Please copy. PSECPY. So there's the password.
Vince is getting a shirt on.
And we'll have some people on, and you got to have your camera on, and you got to have good audio. I can't stand horrible audio.
Amen.
If you're gonna have a horrible audio, I'm gonna boot you.
I've seen some ham related YouTube. I will not call them ham tubers, but I've seen a couple of ham related YouTube channels. I swear to God, they were filming on their webcam from 1996.
From the moon. We had better pictures of the moon.
Yes. And I'm like,
moon.
in 1969. In July of 69, we had better video than you're sending out right now. Please, God, stop. How are you a ham? You're supposed to be like kind of technical, right? You can pass your extra, but you can't figure out how to work a webcam.
I totally agree. There's hey Vince.
Look at that nerd cave. That is an awesome. He's got that all organized and everything. My nerd cave is somewhat
turn on my headphones.
disheveled.
Can you hear us? We're talking. We are talking.
Mon ami.
Oh no.
See, I said that in Canadian.
Yes, you did.
What's have you ever explained what's going on back there with your workshop?
Which where?
Behind you.
All this drama behind you.
Oh, that's just stuff, man.
I see a scope.
Yeah, what type of scope do you have there?
I have a Handtech, DSO 520 something.
Okay, close enough.
Oh, a 5202.
Okay.
I see a Hacko soldering station.
Yeah, somebody's got audio running in the background. Oh, that's me. Wait.
the voice is coming from inside the house.
I got to mute that tab. Yeah, I got a Hacko soldering station. I have a Hacko FC301 desoldering gun down below, and a heat shrink gun, and all my parts and stuff.
Hang on, let's highlight you here.
I have an old Fluke 8010 bench meter. Oops. Which way do I point? That way.
I have that problem too.
I've got a 0 to 30 volt constant current, constant voltage power supply. I have a small collection of jumper cables.
Maybe.
And some that you can't see. Here's my favorite microphone.
I thought that was a Tracon test set for a second. I thought you had a lineman set.
So check this connector out and this microphone.
Oh, that is old school.
Now, if I turn this over, it won't focus. Come on. There it is. Almost focused. It says Motorola. And that's the microphone they used to ship with the old Motorola communications monitors. It's made by Turner. You know, the guys that used to make the CB microphones.
Yeah.
That looks like a microphone off of like a ship or something.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is that the 1MC off of a aircraft carrier?
I don't know. Anyway, that's my happy place, man.
I would love to do a stream where people showed off their shacks or they showed off their workbenches, and they went through all of the crap that they've got on there and like what it does and why they use it, how they use it, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that would be great.
I'd have to clean mine up first. Mine's not ready for public consumption.
yeah,
I know
like-
where everything's at, but it causes my wife's eye to twitch a lot. So
Which eye, the left or the right?
yes, I think they're both twitching at the same time.
All of them.
All of them, yes.
But
Including the one in the back of her head when I make rude gestures as she leaves the room.
but you would clean up your shack, right? You'd clean up your workbench.
See,
And
this
then-
was dramatic. I had to clean all this up so I could show this because I've been using a green screen, for years.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I'm going to actually clean this off. So
I mean, what's going on back there? That you've got your Flex and your Tuner Genius.
okay, so there's the stack of Flex. There's a Fender Tellus Acoustasonic. I can't remember the name of that. It's a guitar that I suck at. There's a clock. I'm backwards on this stream. I was right way on car. That's weird.
Wow.
TV, Ham Shack Hotline right
Is that
there.
your bat phone?
It is, yeah.
It is.
Spare
I'll call you.
light. Father's Day painting from my kid this year that she made. And then O-scope and V&A right behind that, and a box of cool stuff that I haven't done videos on yet.
So what's the white thing with the wire molding coming down?
That's
Yeah.
just a spare LED light. That's wire molding that brings the network down from the attic.
Okay, gotcha.
Old house wired after I rewired it. Added
Gotcha.
wire rather.
Okay, gotcha.
And then, random ham crap back there. Radio tuner, manual tuner, auto tuner. Because Ape is on this. I only use manual tuner kick, so I had to buy one to go, okay, it's not that great.
Oh, you succumb to Ape's
Somebody's ringing it right now. Stop it, people. Stop it.
Pick
I'm
it
not
up.
answering it.
Pick it up. No, see who it is. Pick it up. Pick it up.
It was me. It was me. I've just screwed around.
Oh, okay. Did I?
It doesn't
Dominoes.
show. It says one missed call. It doesn't show who it was from.
Yeah. No, what you have to do is I've got the same handset. You have to hit the miss button, and then you'll see who dialed.
Do you get prank calls on that?
No, it never rings. It never rings.
Today.
Tio and I got into doing Ham Shack Hotline like
radio.
2 or 3 years ago. And we got the phones and I set them up, and I got one out in my shop that I got that's on the same number, so I can talk on it out in the shop. I've talked to Joe Brett on it 2 or 3 times and a couple other random people, and that's about it.
I would prank everyone I knew.
Well, it's a public directory. You can look up anybody's phone numbers in it that's on it. So
God, as a kid, that was one of the things that I used to do to pass time. We would prank everyone on the phone.
oh yeah. Have you got
Oh,
Prince
totally.
Albert in a can? Yes, you should let him out. It's very old school.
Yeah. Some of us recognize that. Kyle doesn't.
No, Kyle's probably not old enough, Vince.
No.
I am. Yeah. Well, is that a food like Prince Albert in a can? I don't even know what that is.
I think it's chewing tobacco.
Tuna.
Oh,
I
is
thought
it tuna?
I thought it was tuna. It could be tuna.
Hell, Vince, I don't know. It's older than me, so
Yeah, it's older than me.
I'm-
We're about a year apart.
Yeah, I'm only 50, so I was born in 74.
bless
so
your
maybe
heart.
I'm.
I've got shoes that old.
You do not have shoes that old.
No,
My
I don't.
multimeter test lead's that old.
I have electronic gear that old. Yes, I've got a couple of O-scopes that are that old.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, somebody says tobacco.
It's tobacco.
in the
Tobacco.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I remember a can of that being in my grandfather's setting on the table. Now that I think about that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I had uncles who chewed all the time. He was always spitting it out everywhere.
Yeah.
He said, Jimmy, you want to try some? I did. I threw up. I said, never again. Done.
Yeah. You know, I should hang on. You guys want to hold the fort down? I'm going to go get
We can hold the fort down.
I'm going to go get the phone that Norm sent me for Ham Shack Hotline. Let me go get this phone.
Okay.
And-
you
Oh,
go get
Lord.
that.
Is that safe
Okay.
to show on YouTube?
Well, I might have to bleep it out. I don't know. Hang on.
It's Norm. I mean, I'm frightened already.
I'm very frightened. And if people, so if there's Ham Shack Hotline aficionados out there, and you did not see the notice that came out on the 29th of May, and you have a 10-digit extension, you have to go in and edit out 3 zeros from the middle of it.
To go to 7 digits, like civilized human beings, finally.
Like civil human beings.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. So, and you have until the 28th or the 29th of June to get her done.
Yep.
So,
I did that. I think I did that with mine. I'm almost positive I did. Yep. I've changed mine.
yeah,
I thought, well, that's cool.
Shacking Greg has just started Ham Jack Hotline. Call 1-900, call it and talk to him, and he's giving you a $10 super chat.
Thanks.
Thank you,
thanks.
Shacking Greg.
Greg, you are not right at any speed, son.
Okay, so this is there's a story behind this phone.
I'm sure there is.
Package shows up at my door, and I'm like, oh, what's this? It's come from Texas. I'm like, who sent me something from Texas? You know, you've got Mike and you got Jason and a bunch of other people I know from Texas, but I didn't recognize the address. So I open up the package and it's this phone. And I had no idea what it is. I laughed whenever I opened it up. And then about, 2 or 3 hours later, I get a text message from Norm, and he's like, did you get a package today? And I'm like, I did. And he goes, here, we're going to set up Ham Shack Hotline, and I want you to use this phone. So here's the phone. Let me highlight me. This is the phone.
Oh, Lord.
That's awesome.
That is very classy.
Very classy.
Nothing says classy like a hooker shoe phone.
So that's the phone that I'm going to use for Ham Shack Hotline once I set it up.
Just need an ATA in there and you're all set to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so funny.
I thought you were going to pull up a leg phone or something. I was expecting
that would have been great.
Yeah.
Or a wiener phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That knowing Shaq and Greg and Norm, I was expecting a wiener phone. Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too funny. So that's what happened. Yeah, I need a Cisco ATA or an ATA converter to go analog to voice over IP, right? SIP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how expensive those are. You can get these are like 525 Gs is what I have. And I think they're about $100 and a quarter, which is about $60 or $80 more than they're really worth it these days.
I was going to say I paid 50 Canadian for mine.
Yeah.
So that's like 35 US.
I think there was a run on them or something, Vince, and everybody decided to buy them, and whoever was selling them cranked up the price. I don't remember. I thought it was a lot of money.
Hello, Josh.
Gentlemen.
Who's he talking to?
What are you drinking there?
It's honey whiskey from a brewery. Of course, I just forgot the name. I know you guys are going to ask me that, and I'm like, I got to remember this. It was actually a brewery up north that sent us some stuff for the podcast.
Oh.
We've still been plowing through it. It's really good stuff. Actually, I'm going to grab it just because I don't want to be the jerk that forgot. So hold on.
All right.
Oh, Norm says he got an SPA 2102 ATA router for about $15 on Fleabay.
Yeah, I've got an ATA that I can use. Oh. So
yeah.
Mark Wolf says he's got a Cisco one you can have.
I know. Mark,
a freebie offer.
Yeah, Mark, send me an email if you can. Send me an email and I'll hit you up and I'll pay for shipping. So just
I want to see that.
Kyle at hamjackhotline.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want the first call to the shoe phone to be live on YouTube when it happens.
Hello. What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
Yes. The discriminating callers wear Begali.
You're 10 minutes away? You'll be here in 5 minutes? Okay, thanks.
I can't believe I forgot the name of this. It's the Golden Beaver Distillery.
Give me a close up there.
Yeah, hold on. I get you even better than that, bud.
Oh,
hold
goodness.
On. Get in there. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Honey Run.
Oh, and it's the Golden Beaver.
Look at that Bob Ross painting you got there going on.
Yeah.
I see a bunch of happy little trees.
Yeah.
In Chico, California, which I've been there.
Chico?
It doesn't always look like that.
Where's Chico?
Up
North?
Yeah,
North?
far north. Yeah.
In California.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I drove the 101 from
Oh, there you go. That's a drive.
San Francisco all the way down to south of Laguna Beach. And then
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I came back up. What is that? I-5 that goes north-south?
Wrong way to do that.
Right, but I mean, I had to get back quickly, and that was the way that I had to go back. I could not believe all of like the strawberry fields and all of the just the fruit fields in California blew my mind. Unbelievable.
Don't let anybody tell you different. But California is like the breadbasket of the state. We produce some of the most crops of the entire nation.
Yeah,
a lot of oranges out there.
Nuts, fruit, well,
Avocados.
vegetables, of course, but
there's a joke there, Josh, but
a lot of fruits.
And then the vineyards too, because there's a whole ton of domestic wines that come from, as far as I know, pretty much just California.
Paso Robles. Oh, you got wine everywhere, but Paso Robles and all up in the North County, Sonoma and everything like that.
Yeah. I've been up that way when I was in the military still. I was up at Castle Air Force Base up in wherever that's at.
That is a very interesting point that Ryan makes. Surprisingly, amount of crops for a state with very little water. Yes, sir. we beg, borrow, and steal to get all the water we can. That is a true statement.
All of that Colorado River basin there. California is hogging it all.
Anything we can get our hands on. Northern California is pretty cool. There's parts of California that are absolutely amazing. There are parts of California that stand up to the reputation we have.
But isn't that like in any other state?
It is.
Yeah, but California definitely gets its share of the hate, and I don't think it's unjustified, frankly.
Son, I live in Alabama. Okay, I mean, really.
Those are
trailer parks, and we're all married to our sister.
Yeah. I mean, the whole Midwest.
I mean, my sister's reasonably cute, but no.
Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, we're all flyover states.
Yeah.
I got in trouble one time for saying that on a live stream. I called some state a flyover state, and then it ended up on Reddit that I was calling states flyover states, and it turned into a big thing. People were calling into before the Discord when I had to call in. Oh, what's this deal with you crapping on other states? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, man, you don't even understand. I travel all over the place. You can take me to almost any state. I'll find something I like. If it's native food, local culture, I respect our entire nation of states.
I celebrate all.
I celebrate the entire nation.
Celebrate all of our states. That's right.
But at the same time, they're called flyover states because generally people are going to some of the larger population hubs. That's just the way it is. I didn't come up with the dang term.
Now, to be fair, I would not drink wine from Alabama. I would go for California wine. I'm just saying,
Sure. Yeah.
Now, if I'm looking for moonshine, I'm not going to California. I'm going to Mississippi or Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, but
Yeah, and our idea of pizza is completely upside down. But
that
Mexican
is
food,
not even pizza.
We'll stand up to just about any state with Mexican food.
Hell yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Oh yeah. Well, I have a rule about Mexican restaurants. I mean, we have a lot of Mexican restaurants in Alabama. We have a large Mexican population here. But if you walk in and you yell INS and everyone runs out, it's a good Mexican restaurant. If you walk in and yell INS and nobody looks at you, then don't eat there.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to give it's a 1 wipe, a 2 wipe, a 3 wipe rating system.
No.
How many seashells?
How many? Yeah.
Well, Josh, didn't you you drove through Missouri, didn't you?
Yes, I had COVID, so consider me not the best judge of character.
I don't even remember Missouri. I had COVID.
I mean, driving through Missouri is less enjoyable than driving up the 5 freeway in California.
Wow. Yes,
that's my feels on that, and Kyle could probably attest to that, having driven both, I assume.
Yes.
I will say that I personally like things that are really big. This sounds ridiculous, but the wind turbines that they have are so big that they're almost like hard for your brain to fathom it when looking in the distance.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that.
Did you guys see the video that Reed Timmer released of the tornado tearing apart the windmill?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that gives context on how big those windmills are.
They're so big.
Yeah.
That video was great. If nobody has seen that video, go find it on the internet. It's on YouTube. Type in Reed Timmer tornado windmill, and it is amazing. On that tornado just ripped that windmill apart, and then it came crashing down. It was awesome.
Or was that in Missouri? That
No,
tornado?
it was in Kansas or Nebraska. I can't remember. We don't have windmills. Well, I take that back. I have not, looked at every square inch of Missouri, so I'm not 100% sure. But I have not seen windmills. They're mostly in Kansas and Nebraska and South Dakota. Is the majority of the windmills. Now, I'm sure somebody will prove me wrong and say there's one on Highway 42 in St. Joe, Missouri.
We got the windmills up north, particularly in like San Francisco area. Nothing compared to the size of the ones you see out east, for sure. Digital Rancher, the sketchy hotel was in Denver. I believe it was actually Aurora, Colorado. I was literally in the room that had kind of finished being remodeled, but all the rest of the rooms were under construction, which is stuff everywhere in the hallways, trash all over the place. It was crazy. You can watch my video of driving with COVID back home and trying to make some potas happen.
Yeah, I remember you get to the arch, and I think I'd sent you like an email or an IM, and it's like, hey, once you get to Missouri, let me know. And you were like, you blew past the Midwest.
Oh.
You were just like, I got to get home.
I got COVID.
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
dying.
I gotta go.
I'm going. And I only really was able to do any kind of POTA successfully because I stopped at the Las Vegas Gigaparts, rest in peace, and was able to buy an antenna or some kind of clamp or something to be able to work my antenna that I had, because I had the 818, but I didn't bring the right stuff to go like HF with it. I know that sounds dumb, but I was depending on the antenna that I brought, but I gave it to a club when I was at Dave Canterbury's The Gathering. I just gave it to the club. I'm like, here, you guys take it. It's yours. You love it. It's yours. And then I just was like, I'm flying home. Everything's fine. Wake up in the morning, COVID. So that was that was fun.
That was like after all of us got COVID after the first Dayton, first convention. We all
because you all were in that trailer. You were all in Jason's trailer, all cooped up because it started raining on you guys.
Right. And we all there's a picture of us all in the trailer, and there's like maybe, I don't know, there's maybe 10 of us, maybe 11 of us. And I think out of the 11 people in the trailer, 7 of us had COVID.
Wow.
In the arms of the angel. Like it goes to black and white and starts zooming in. It's just like you got COVID.
I wonder if you got COVID and you went to Hamvention in 2019 was, oh, no, not 19, 22. Was that 22?
22, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got COVID at Hamvention in 22.
Oh, that was the Delta year.
Put a 1 in the
Yes.
Yeah, that was the Delta year.
It was the first year back.
Yeah, it's the first year back.
Yeah.
I like this. Con cred is a badge of honor.
Right.
My favorite thing, I think, that I remember most, because I ended up buying the stupid device this guy had. There was this anonymous dude who had a CO2 reader, and he went around to all the forum rooms and like would set it up and then take a picture of the latent CO2 in the room. And he had like a live Twitter feed of him just going around Hamvention with this CO2 meter. It was so funny. And I ended up buying it because you don't want to sleep in a room with really high CO2. You want, good ventilation so you get good oxygen when you're sleeping. Yeah. And I love the device. The device is great. I haven't changed the battery since I bought it in 2021. It's fantastic. Not cheap, but it's great.
I think Sterling had one of those.
He does. Yeah.
He
and I commiserate. Yeah, we definitely talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he brought it somewhere where I was with him. And he's just like, can't stay here.
CO2's too high.
Through the roof.
Why can't we stay here? Well, meter says we can't. All right. Well, let's go somewhere else.
It's like spirits. It's a spirit box, but it's for COVID.
It's like, staying in places with high UQ. You don't want to do that either.
What?
High UQ, ugly quotient.
Oh,
I didn't know what he said either. I was like, I'm waiting for one of them to ask because I don't know what a UQ is. Is that a Canadian thing? Because I didn't know.
It must be. I worked with a band way too many decades ago on the road, and the lead singer got up and he's working the crowd all up and in small town Canada, and he says, "Hey, how y'all doing tonight?" And everybody cheers. And hey, boys, the UQ seems really high here tonight, and everybody cheers.
That's great.
The poor audience
That's
did
great.
not know. Oh yes.
Oh, that's funny. So, Vince, what are you going to do for field day? You got any plans?
Yeah, I'm actually going off into backcountry, Alberta, and I'm going to shoot some video. I've got a couple of things I want to talk about, so I'll get a couple of videos out of it. But it's just me and my where did it go? I put it out here a minute ago. Oh, there it is. My trapped endfed half wave that I just built and just released a video on.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So it's spark plug gear transformer and fed halfway transformer, so a 49-to-1.
Yep.
And I use this with a couple different antennas. And Tim, N7KOM's microlight QRP traps.
Oh yeah, he sent me a bunch of those, and I've been meaning to build those. Yeah.
Well, he's
Ooh,
trying to he's been trying to do a video, and trying to figure out how to shoot the video because, I mean, it's very zen-like to shoot a video winding toroids.
Yeah.
But winding toroids, and there's only two of them. The really frustrating part is tuning the trap because it's a parallel LC circuit.
Because it's so small too.
It is so small, and so that was the frustrating part for me. It took me 3 hours to do the first one and an hour to do the second one because I actually read the instructions. But now what I've got out of it is I have a 20, 30, 40 meter endfed half wave that's about 35 feet long.
Yeah.
Instead of 60 feet long.
Instead of 60 feet long. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
How does that work?
It's trapped.
Oh,
trapped.
okay.
That's right. It's trapped. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, you did say traps. My brain just wasn't braining.
No, that's okay. It's understandable. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go play with that, and I've got a VE6 VID off-center fed to take out and test as well. And I will be at Western Canada's highest road pass. I will be at the Highwood Pass. Fingers crossed I can find a parking spot because it's a really popular spot at this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be just 2,000 feet below, the 10,000 foot peaks. So I should have great takeoff angle.
Is that a POTA, Vince, or just?
Yeah, it'll be a POTA field day. Yeah, I'm super excited.
I'll be looking for you, son.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll be looking for you.
I appreciate that. And I might be working Fox Tango Ocho because the video I've got coming out Tuesday is about something that has been out for a while.
The Ocho, that's
and
right.
It is called IFTX. And I have never heard about this. I heard about this a week ago, and I just finished recording the video today. And IFTX, I've figured out how to acoustically couple it with the, and it just works. It's great.
Vince, you cut in and out there. Give me the synopsis again real quick.
The synopsis is IFTX on iOS works really great, and you'll see a video on it next Tuesday.
Oh, very good.
It's an iOS FT8 app. It's very good.
Yeah.
IFTX. I'll be playing with that at work tomorrow.
Nice.
That'll entertain me during the day. Vince, I had a question about your antenna. So 35 feet, you got 20, 30 ish. Are you using that with and what else? 10,
20, 30, and 40 meters.
And 40. Do you have to use a tuner with that, or is that tune up pretty good without a?
No, I've got the points of resonance on it dialed right in, man, to the CW portion of the band. Oh yeah,
of course you do, CW. Mm-hmm.
So well, I mean, you can CW and digital, right? But
right.
If I want to order another set of these traps, and Tim's got an Etsy store, I'll find the link and post it in the chat because they're super frugally priced. He's got some great stickers too. Tim's got some very funny stickers in his store, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
but I could build two of them, and one of them for the voice portion of the band as well.
Yeah, that's kind of cool for 35 feet and not have to fool with the tuner is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
for 3 bands. So that's what I'm doing.
Very cool. Josh, what are you going to do? You usually go out to a club and kind of do a whole thing. What are you doing this year?
I'm so excited. So last year we did San Clemente Island, which is hard to beat. That's an impossible challenge to beat.
Yeah.
I did have an invite to go back, but it doesn't work out with the schedule this week and making it all fit. So Austin, I love you. Thank you, buddy. Love to go out there again. Just it didn't work this week. But it turns out W6TRW, which is a club I'm a member of, they have a permanent field day location, basically, this place called Friendship Park in Palos Verdes, which if you're familiar with California, Southern California, South Bay area, there is when you're kind of going north or northwest by Long Beach, there's this really big mountainous hill, and all the homes are millions of dollars. But there's this park. It's pretty much right at the top, and it has a vantage point looking down the coast, so past Huntington Beach, Newport, and down to like San Diego. And so we've got that location. They've got a hex beam with a pentaplexer or something like that they're going to run. But I said, well, I'm just going to come out and shoot a video. And they're like, well, we're going to be camping. You just want to stay. And I was like, interesting. That's how high up are you? And he was like, oh, I don't know. We're, 1,000 feet up or whatever. And I've got a 905 here chilling with a 10 gigahertz transverter and a dish. And so
Nice.
I'm doing 10 gigahertz with the 905. I've got the station. I'll be doing VHF, but I let Gordo know, a number of the local super high frequency guys, that I'm doing 10 gigs firing down south across the entire coastline from my vantage point. I'm jacked about doing it. I'm super excited.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
First ultra high frequency contact this weekend, or have you made once before?
I have not. Not on 10 gig. Lower frequenries, but not on 10.
Nice. All right.
So I'm super excited. It's gonna be great.
Is 10 gig UHF, or is it that's ultra, super, ultra?
That
something
breaks out UHF. That's higher than UHF, right?
Mega.
Yeah, it's higher than UHF.
It's mega UHF.
Mega U. I'll go with that.
Mega.
That seems legit. Mega ultra UHF and
Yeah.
Moo HF.
It's metal HF.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Damn you, Kyle. That almost came out.
Somebody says super high frequency SHF.
Super high.
Yeah,
I'll
That's
take
awesome. I hope that you get that on video, and I'd love to see your face whenever you make that contact.
So interesting point. All my admins laugh at me. They're like, Josh will do everything possible to avoid using Starlink to live stream, which is true, because I tried it before and it didn't work very well for me. But also, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't think that's not surprised to anybody. Anyway, I went out and bought like a $200 cell phone booster, like a proper one with a Yagi that you like point. Yep. And so I'm going to be at a high vantage point looking down at San Pedro. So I think I can aim that little Yagi down, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to live stream. And I've got solar for days because the club said we're doing all QRP. The entire club is running QRP for the points.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kill it. I think I'm really positive that I got a booster. I'm gonna live stream pretty much all of it because I'll just run my computer off the batteries and whatnot.
So are you gonna start at your original time and just go, or are you gonna start it early?
No, we start Saturday. We don't start Friday. So I'm gonna set up the 10 gig station probably and get the internet going and get a little comfortable that I can actually do it, and then I'm gonna try.
Nice. Well, I'm excited for you. That's going to be awesome.
I'm super jacked about it. By the way, 20 meters is open big time.
Man, it's been open at night. It's been open at night all the time.
Yeah, it's been great.
I mean, we're way past gray line over here. It's still kind of in your place, I guess. But yeah, 20 meters.
I love this time of year.
Today is the longest day of the year, right?
It is, right? Yep.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I worked 3 CW pota chases today. That was I did.
Oh, nice.
You're
having a great week.
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling it.
You're on par to like just
killing
knock it out of the park on Saturday.
Hey, if the vibes stay high, it's gonna be a great weekend.
That's awesome. I love it. That's great. I love it. Well, I still don't know what I'm gonna do for field day. We've got 5 or 6 clubs in the somebody's running bathwater.
What is going on?
What's happening? Who's got the baby, the bathwater, and the baby in the? Oh, there it goes. It's coming down. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on, let me.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, it's Jim.
It's definitely Jim.
It's Jim.
I mean,
It's Jim.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Everything's fine over here.
You just
Did it
It's
just
like-
go
You can
away?
hear your computer.
yeah.
Did it just go away?
Yes.
Yep.
I guess it's the amp spooling up.
Oh, yeah. You just went Johnny number 5 on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were. Yeah.
Another one?
Anyway,
I thought I was being stealthy with that. Apparently not.
Yeah. Was that like a roller inductor that was running in the background? What was going on there?
No, I just turned on the flex crap. That was it. I hadn't even done anything yet. I just fired up Smart SDR and turned on the flex.
It's like a treadmill.
yeah. I'm
What's-
sorry for all those people that were wearing headphones.
Wow, that's
What's
weird.
what's the over under on me getting my flex in August? Do we have a pool running?
That is a no.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had this conversation with a couple of Flex guys just last night, and yeah,
Mm.
no, I don't think so.
Dang.
Wait
What's
a minute.
the waiting time on that thing?
Do you expect anything less?
Hey, I just go with what they told me, man. I'm just going with what they told
There
me.
are many, many people in line for one of those units right now.
I'm a
and the
autographed
smart ones,
edition one. I'm an
Yeah.
autographed guy.
and the smart people have put money down on their reservation.
Yeah,
Because
Josh and I
I
are
did.
probably going to
Supposed
get
to just-
signature series.
No, I paid for a signature series.
Oh, you
Yeah.
wait a minute. You paid? Like, what do you mean?
What?
It
It's
costs
just the
money.
first-
No, I'm kidding. I just
yeah, I was
put
going to
that
say
in my
what? It's the first
Kyle, I didn't
one.
get that option. What the hell?
I put my $500 down just like everybody else on Thursday evening is when I put my money down.
But you
Oh,
had to be
yeah.
in the first 250. Was that the number?
I thought it was the
300. I thought.
first 300. Yeah.
So
Man,
I
it's
made
like
it
when
in, but-
iPhones used to come out and you had to stand in line at the Apple store to get one.
and then you'd open
Yes.
it to show everybody, and then you drop it
Yeah.
on the ground and crack it
Right.
immediately. Yeah,
And the whole line
jam.
that's still outside and poor
I-
that didn't have their phones would laugh.
Mhm.
Mike was like, "Do you want a signature series?" And I'm just like, "You know what? I really don't care. If I need a signature, I'll come knocking
call-
on your door."
Right. Well, don't
Well,
hold
you
out
know-
hope for a hat because still ain't got mine. So just saying.
If you need a signature, just bring the lid back to Hamvention
Yeah,
next.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. Also, I'm a little peeved. I went over to Flex and I'm like, "Hey, I didn't go to the banquets. Can I get a shirt and can I
Did
get
they
a shirt?"
stiff arm you?
And he comes over and he gives me an extra large. And I'm like, "What in this world do you think that an extra large will fit this body?" He's like, "That's all we had." I'm just like, "Bullshit." Go back over there and try harder.
Wait, let me see which one I have. Hold on.
I did not go to the banquet because I didn't need another T-shirt. So I also didn't want to pay $60 for meatloaf.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
wants
I
to
got a large.
Paradise by the dashboard.
Oh,
light.
how about that? Well,
There
Oh,
you
see,
go.
now that's a cooler T-shirt than the one I got last year. Damn it.
I finally just got my ICOM POTA team T-shirt. It takes a while to get them up here in the frozen north. It just arrived this week.
Oh, that's a cool shirt. That is a cool
Yes.
shirt.
yeah.
That's legit.
I'm pretty excited about it,
ICOM has some pretty
and it's
cool
even in the
shirts.
right size.
Nice. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for field day. There's 5 or 6 in the St. Louis area. I usually hop to each one, say hello, and drive to the next one. I think a couple of them are gonna have dinner, so I think I'm gonna figure out which ones are gonna have dinner and crash
Oh, I
their
gotta find
party
that article.
and
Eat hot dogs.
yeah, I'd stuff my face with hot dogs and make some QSOs and then come back. I think I'm going to stream maybe on Sunday morning. I've done that the last 3 or 4 years and just, hung out and made contacts and just hung out. So,
That's
There's-
actually kind of a cool idea. I like that.
I don't, there's a whole bunch of pressure to be put on field day. And I feel like, why put myself through that? I just want to have fun. That's all I want to
Yeah.
There are some great articles about field day on hamhijinks.com.
do. Oh, I
If you-
think so.
You know, local club accidentally invites people to field day. Field day field day plans are really about relaxation for area ham. And somewhere, if you dig through their archives for field day, you'll find the story of the guy who planned his trip based on the food. You go, well, if I get to this club by 10 a.m., the chili comes out. If I get to the next one by 1, you know, they've got steak and eggs.
That's awesome.
And I just planned my day going for food from point to point to point. No, I never get on the air. Ham
That
hijinks
seems
is
legitimate.
hilarious. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if there's a ham radio club within 100 miles and you're going to have Sundrop on tap, I'm coming to your field day.
Kyle is there with a bullet.
And a Bota bag to fill it up with something.
That is a fun. I'm going to have to read all this now, Vince. NRL launches new program to convince libraries to purchase mimeograph machines.
Yes.
Have you not seen ham hijinks before, Jim?
No, I have not.
I
it's
suspect
great.
many people have
Gold.
It's great.
It's comedy gold.
It is. It is every stereotypical ham and every stereotypical story you can think of, all wrapped
So
up in one.
this is like the Babylon Bee for hams, is what this is.
It's like the onion
Yeah.
for hams.
the
Yeah, it's
onion.
like the
That's a
onion
good
for
one.
hams.
Yeah.
Sad hams picket against people having fun in the tent. That'll be the next.
It's great. It's funny.
That's awesome.
All right. So we wrap it up here. We've been rapping for an hour.
Not bad for no agenda.
Yeah.
Right?
well,
I mean, you
That,
filled an
that was a
hour
great.
without.
That was great artwork too. I might have to steal
you
that.
like that?
Yeah.
It's good.
I wanted to stream tonight, and then I got invited to Coffee and Ham Radio, and so I did that, and I just didn't feel like going through the rigmarole of finding a guest or finding a topic, and it's like, you know what? I don't think I've ever done a no agenda, so I decided to throw it out there and see how well it stuck. Maybe we'll do this again.
It's a lot of pressure coming up with a show on a regular basis. I don't know how in the hell Josh still can come up with something new all the time.
Now, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Obviously he is, or else Leah is telling him what to do all the time. But
She helps, but not most of the time. No.
and
She's
by the
running
way, thank you
interference
for
with
the
kids.
shout out on your podcast, Josh, from I think last week.
Uh-huh.
One of the letters you read was my buddy that lives up Lake Martin that got his license and his wife got licensed. And
Yeah, right on.
yeah.
That was super cool. Yeah, I don't know. If you think, I guess if you get to a point where you're running out of ideas and it's amateur radio, you probably haven't looked around that much.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Right.
that's really the truth of it, is that like, there's so much to this hobby. And you can just explore as a total neophyte and just be like, I don't know, we're just gonna try it. I mean, I like T.O.'s thing where he's just
Yep.
like, and you're on that a ton of times. We're like,
Yep.
I don't know, we're just gonna try it. We're probably gonna fail a lot, but you know,
we fake it till we make it every Monday. That's right.
but that's literally what amateur radio is. It's just a lot of trial and error. And we often come out on YouTube like we know what we're talking about, but that's only to consider how much trial and error we went through to be able to make a video.
Before it was recorded. That's right.
That's right. So like you're all just like us. It's all, there's so much stuff out there. You could go nuts. What did I do today? CW, I tested my cell phone booster. I got my 10 gigahertz transverter hooked up for the dish. And I mean, like, that's just some of what you can do for field day. And I'm going to be running a doublet on 40 meters this weekend. So it's like, come on, there's tons of stuff.
There is, if you are doing YouTube and you're trying to find ideas, you're not thinking hard enough, because it is the world is your oyster.
Literally.
There is a ton of ideas out there to do videos on, to do live streams on. You know, there's just a ton of stuff, which is great. That's why this hobby is great, because there's so many things. There's so many avenues you can go down.
Yep. Well said. Well said.
And I think one of the things that we've done before on Car is we'll default back to a ask me anything kind of thing, where we just talk about whatever ham radio stuff, as opposed to a guest in a program or whatever.
Well, there's two categories. There's I'm going to shoot a video, or I'm going to do a live stream, and it's going to have a guest and it's going to have a topic, and we're going to run through that. But then there's the other ask me anything or no agenda. And that's just being lazy. right?
Oh, the shame. I'm feeling shame, Kyle.
That's just the, hey, I don't feel like doing the work this week, so therefore I'm just going to do a ask me anything or a no agenda. I mean, this is a perfect example of me being lazy and not saying,
Sure.
all right, I'm going to actually figure out what I'm going to do this week. I'm just going to do a no agenda. And it is what, you know what, you can have those days. I really don't care. Those days, there's weeks and there's days that I'm super busy at work and I am super productive.
Tapped out.
And there's
for
some
doing this.
and there's some days and weeks where I am just like, I am done. I don't want to work anymore. I am emotionally and mentally drained from work.
Right.
I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said it many times. They can't all be hot bangers. Like literally, you
Right.
can't make a video that's a number one every time. It's impossible. So you got to find balance. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself insane, and then you won't be making videos anymore. So just find what works for you, and then go with that. I mean, our after chat on Saturdays is literally just this, like taking questions, just fielding the dearth of how much stuff people want to know about our hobby. And I mean, you could just do that every week and just could become the answer guy. I can't do that. Like I'm not Dave or anybody like that. So you gotta have like a group of people that you can bounce things off of, like the Discord and all that other stuff. But I mean, that's just kind of how it goes, right? Or you become the answer guy that Googles all the things and shows people how to Google stuff, which, by the way, that's a real thing. Let me tell you, I get messages all the time from people. It's like, I don't want to be the jerk that replies with, did you Google this? Because I'm sure that there's 1,500 posts on QRZ that talks about this exact thing, or a blog, or multitudes of blogs, and
Reddit.
and people just don't look it up. They just don't do it.
No, they just asked the hive mind. Great comment here. Thank you, Jody, very much for this. Can't speak for YouTube, but my algorithm respects honesty.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I can dig it.
All right. Well, I think I'm done talking about drained. Today was a hard day at work. I had a lot of stuff go wrong. Today was like a day where like nothing could go right. And I was like, at about 3:30, I was just like, I'm done. I gotta get out of here. If I touch anything else, it's going to break, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna go fill my margarita glass up again, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go eat some ice cream. How about that?
And listen to Jimmy Buffett.
Oh well, yeah. I might I'll put something on maybe a little James Taylor. How about that?
Oh, interesting. All right.
A little James
Little
Taylor.
Fire and Rain.
Yeah. maybe I'll little James Taylor. Anyway.
Oh.
All right. Anything you guys want to announce that's coming up? Jim, you want to go first? What's going on?
Jim is
What is
locally
he doing?
muted.
What is he doing? Is he muted?
He's muted.
What did he
He's
do?
locally muted.
Vince,
He's just gonna keep going.
His
Oh,
battery died.
his battery died. Well, Jim.
Well, while he's doing that, Josh, what's coming up?
I'm doing a review on this bad boy, which is gonna be, I think, my favorite mid-tier handheld in 2024. Is VGC. What do they call this? The N76. So you might as well jump on this if APRS is any interest to you. So VGC is that company that had that mobile radio that doesn't have a faceplate to it. You use your phone to program it. Well, this is a handheld, and it's definitely got a faceplate, but it does full APRS, and it has an app that you can program it with. You can do firmware upgrades. You can do APRS on it. It's actually pretty slick. So yeah, I'm going to be shooting the video for that pretty soon here. So you'll probably see that next week.
I like
it's
that
pretty
color.
good. Yes, I know the Coyote Brown.
I like
a lot more Coyote Brown radios need to be produced for sure.
That
But,
is tactical as hell, Josh. I like
and
that.
it comes with a you can get the
Oh.
Bluetooth lapel mic to go with it with the same color, which is pretty slick.
How many greenbacks?
Right.
It's like 150. It's not even that bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I believe I'm going to test it. It says it's submersible. So for 150 is not bad.
Dunk it.
Dunk it.
Yep.
and then you should see if have somebody call CQ on it and dunk it and see if you can still hear it in the water.
Just yell at it on simplex while it's in the water. Yeah,
There you go.
There you go. I like it. I'll try
Very
that.
good. Vince, what's coming up with your channel? Do you have anything?
Yeah, Tuesday in the lead up to Ham Radio Clubhouse, where Ham Radio may or not get discussed, I have a video about IFTX, this FT8, FT4 client for iOS, and how I acoustically couple it and use it and make contacts with it. You do not need a sound card. So that makes it super simple. And I have a plug for our friend Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank, KG6NLW. He has 2 live streams coming up tomorrow, starting at 6 o'clock Central.
Very good. Hey, tell us about this. I know that we plug it on the CW operators, but your one CW.
One CW question.
Yeah, tell us about that.
One CW question. I am now remixing those into one CW question shorts. Josh has just aired the other day, so I took the 1 to 4 minute interviews and distilled them down to essential elements. So there's a new short coming out every day. I probably have enough content to run me through to about the end of July at 1 a day now as a short.
Wow.
I had 60 or 65 people that I interviewed for one CW question. Just an absolute delight and an honor to spend time with such amazingly interesting people.
That's awesome.
I felt very humbled by it. So yeah. Then I picked up a dozen tips that helped me.
Take mine with a grain of salt.
Dude, yours was great.
You interviewed the GOAT too.
Yes, I interviewed Steve, and Steve he is funny as all get out. Oh my goodness. So
he is. I remember watching his videos. I think it was when did YouTube start? When did YouTube start? 2006
or 2005 or 2006?
1999.
I was going to say 3.
I think it's older than 2005 by 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, my first channel is like 20 years.
Somebody should go back and take a look at some of the first videos Steve put on YouTube. I mean, they're
not that old. I don't think they're that old.
No, let's W0. Let's go take a look. Because I remember
2004. That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
I remember watching Steve's videos. Oh my gosh, a long, long time ago. Unless he took them down with Rooster and Peanut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm up to 12 years so far. 14 years. 15 years. No, Rooster and Peanut made their 14 years ago. Rooster and Peanut.
What year?
So
2010.
2009.
2009.
Actually, no. ARL Field Day. Let's see. Here's Rooster again. So, Rooster and Peanut 15 years ago. Yeah, so 15 years ago, Steve, WG0AT, put his first video with Rooster and Peanut going up a mountain.
And Rooster and Peanut are his goats.
His goats, yes.
His pack goats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rooster and Peanut with FT817 and Buddy Pole on the trail again. It's the first video that I watched of Steve, and it was 15 years ago. It was put out. Let's see. Does it say? March 15th, 2009.
Wow.
Was
that's
was the first video that I saw of Steve's.
Yeah,
and
he's
I don't
been at it for a long time.
Been at it a long time. And then he posted a video. He was still on the same mountain, which I think is like what is the mountain behind his house? He has a mountain behind his house. And actually it's one of my first videos. If you go take a look at one of my first videos on YouTube, I hiked that mountain, Mount Herman. That's what it was called. Mount Herman in Colorado. And I hiked that mountain and activated that mountain on sota, and that's I think it's my first YouTube video ever.
He's out of the Springs, right? Colorado Springs.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that area. By the way, it's a
Yeah.
good area.
So yeah, I think my first video. Let's see when my first video was. My first video that I put on YouTube was on my channel. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Mine was my dogs catching snowballs like 15 years ago. Which is why you still see Shiba Inu on my channel.
Mine was 8 years ago.
I unlisted all of mine. I think I deleted them. I had a whole bunch of fire department practice burn videos and some drone footage and stuff.
It was October 13th, 2015 was my first video.
I'm pretty sure I have ones that predate this, but mine was 2008.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I'm sure that I've told you the story, but I remember Sterling and I went out for beers one day, and he's just like, "Have you seen this dude? His name is Hasnasi." And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "He's a vlogger, and he does amateur radio stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure."
Yeah.
And I subscribed, and I think you had 22,000 subscribers at that point. Maybe. I think. I'm not
That's
really
like
sure.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watched your vlogs, and yeah. And
That's crazy.
A lot of them had a ham radio focus on it, and some of them didn't. And
yeah, a lot didn't because the kids and everything
Right.
else going on. But yeah, there was definitely a transition there that happened in 2018.
yeah, it was somewhere around like 17, 18,000, 19,000, somewhere around there is
Mhm.
whenever I subscribed, maybe 20,000s. And yeah, Sterling turned me onto your channel.
He's the guy that finds the YouTube channels. I know you log them, but he often finds some really weird stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm 800 subs away from 350,000.
Yeah, that's
It's crazy.
that's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is
it's
freaking
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
Josh is part of the reason I got into ham radio. And I think
Really?
I told
I
you
didn't know
this,
that.
Josh. Yeah, I think I
don't
told
think
you. Maybe I did.
Did you? Well, I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, alcohol may have been a factor at the time for one or both of us. No, I had a buddy that has been in ham radio forever, and he moved away. I never got into it because of the code, and then I forgot about it and whatever. And I'm flipping through the YouTube one day, and Modern Rogue popped up, and there's some scalawag from California on there talking about. I think the title of their video was like 2 million people can push this button, but we can't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
And there was Josh on there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to do the ham radio thing. And I started watching your channel.
Some kid, kid's probably a pejorative here, but some younger person copied that title on a short, and he's wearing like a tactical vest, and he's got a Baofeng, and he's like, his short is just through the roof in views, and it's like, it's saying nothing. It's saying nothing. Shorts are crazy right now. I don't know how shorts work. I don't even get it, but. I do have an odd story in that sense. I am now at the point where I'm getting a decent chunk of people randomly just coming up to me and saying they watch the channel, and it's happening at work, which is really weird. So I now have I'm in between these positions, and I'm taking over this very serious. I'm like a program manager kind of thing, and I have to. We're in the middle of moving people around desks and all that stuff, and the younger lady who's sitting like right next to me got her amateur radio license because of me before she knew me.
Oh
wow.
Kind of weird. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Does she ask you ham radio questions
No,
at work?
she's super chill. She's super chill. She doesn't even bring it up or anything like that. She's really, really nice, which is great. So
you got her into ham radio before she knew you were like the ham tuber.
yes. Yeah. So it's well, she's come out to field day
one
too.
day. Did she come up to you and she's like, "Oh my God, I saw your YouTube channel. You didn't tell me."
I think she didn't put two and two together until like one day she realized it was kind of this weird thing that happened. But her boyfriend's like a prepper guy, and so he started watching, and then so she's watching, and then she put 2 and 2 together. She's coming out to field day this weekend, her and her
Okay.
boyfriend, which is going to be really cool. So she's
Yeah.
got a G90 Go box that she built, and I was like, "Oh, dude, you got to bring this out. This is going to be awesome." So it's going to be fun. Yeah.
Very cool.
You hit that if you work in technology and you have a lot of subscribers, it's going to intermix at some point, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's when you start getting like random connections with people in like Vaughn's and the airport where people stop. Like that happened in Memphis. No, in Louisiana. Somebody like came up to me and just said, "Hey, love your channel." I was like, "Okay, thank you." That's a little wild.
Yeah, being
Appreciate it.
recognized outside of Hamfest is a little crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. It's super cool, but like surprising.
Yeah. All right, very good. I think we've gone long enough. I'm out of margarita mix, and there's ice cream to be eaten here at the house. So
Well, we had technical difficulties here. The mic had died.
yeah.
And
Yeah. So Jim, what's coming up on your channel? Sorry.
Right. Well, I've got about 4 videos in the box back here that you can't barely see that I'm working on. But what I was going to say is I've never been on Kyle's stream before, and I'm on here with like all this ham royalty. This was super cool, and Kyle, and it was a great time.
Hey, I think that's a compliment.
And I'll note that there were no bleeps needed because Jim was on the stream.
Right. I mean, I can not swear. Some of that might have been artistic license by that Aussie beep beep. I'm just going to say,
You've never been
I
on
did-
the stream before?
not on yours. No, I've been on Jason's a couple times. I've never. Yeah, that's about it. I did want to ask you, CW Wizards. Who do I want to go to learn CW? Long Island, or there was another one too? I can't remember, 3 or 4.
There are 3 of them.
Hit me.
Long Island. I'm going to start with CW Academy, finger 1. CW Academy is for type A personalities because you practice in class and everybody keeps you accountable. Long Island CW Club is for type A- personalities, for people who want to work in a group but want to have some fun doing it.
Or
Okay.
or
This is-
type A that are too busy.
And type A that's too busy, that's fair too.
Yeah,
But that's how
yeah.
it was described to me. And I've never sat in an LICW class. And the third one, this finger, is CW Innovations, where you will not practice in class. You will be taught how to learn and what your learning style is. And I've known people to go through each one of them very successfully.
Okay.
So Long Island CW Club, CW Academy, and CW Innovations.
Okay. All
There you
right.
go.
I will research that. That means I will be Googling tomorrow.
Are you
Yep.
gonna
Hit my,
so
hit
are
my
you-
website up. I've got all these resources listed
Okay.
on a page
Okay.
called How to Learn Morse Code,
Okay.
ve6lk.com.
I knew that.
you gonna give this a good college try, Gene?
Yeah, I think so. I really want to do CW because, it's a better class of people on CW. It's just the cool kids on CW, right?
There is a lot of respect, and it's probably happened a couple of times, but out of all the contacts that I've made on CW, if you ask them to slow down, they will slow down.
They will.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's many times where I ask people to slow down because I can't copy it, and they slow down. Now, granted, they might slow down. It's usually the bugs, and you can tell that they are tuning the weight, and it might take them a couple of times. Like they'll send their call sign over and over, and you can hear them slowing down. But they'll get there. But they'll come back to you and say, they're the first time they come back, if they're sending at 35 words a minute, let's say 40 words a minute, the first time that they come back will be at 32. And then the next time they come back will be at 25. And then the next time they come back will be at 20, because they are adjusting the weight of their
On the bug.
on the bug. Yeah. So it's,
I don't even know. I know what a straight key is because I bought one, but I don't know the difference between all the different kinds of
You don't
keyers
have
because
you don't have to. just get a paddle or a straight key and learn on that. Get a paddle.
I'm going to give it a whack. I got the extra thing out of the way. I want to get CW because it's like, this is just so cool because I could,
Yeah. I mean, it's
process.
It's a process. Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, Kyle. I was going to say, somebody called out this book title earlier. Chris Rutkowski, November Whiskey 6 Victor, The CW Way of Life. This is available to you on Amazon. It's a great book, and it talks about how to learn, and it talks about tapping into your language learning centers. I got that off Amazon. It's Jody says it's the book. Buy it. Okay. And he was just interviewed on QSO today, so listen to that podcast and you'll understand the whole thing.
Jody was? Or Chris Rutkowski?
Chris.
Okay, I didn't know Jody was that famous. I mean, I met him. He seems cool and everything.
Jody is nearly famous, but he wasn't on QSO today yet. I could talk to Eric about that.
Cool. Well, I figured I would ask that question since all three y'all are much more CW than I am.
It takes some time. I mean, it's learning the language, right? I don't know Spanish, and I took some Spanish classes, and man, was it you almost have to immerse yourself in it.
Yeah. I mean, I know a little Spanish. I know paramedic level Spanish. I can ask them where it hurts and how long have you been pregnant and stuff like that. But that's about the limit of my Spanish.
You got to find what works for you for learning.
Yeah.
I think that's really
the part I was kind of where I'm trying to figure out. Like when I was studying for extra, I used 2 or 3 other sites besides Ham Study. And I came back to Ham Study, and that one worked for me because I would just beat through each section until I had it down.
Right.
I'm getting a 90 on section 1 or element 1, whatever they call it, and that was my thing. So I don't know. I want to go after CW, but I also don't want to get myself discouraged because it's like drinking from a fire hose or something. I'd like to.
So the one most common tip from one CW question that I learned that people said again and again, and they said it many different ways for many different reasons, just get on the air.
Okay.
Now I'm going to explain why. First off, get on Learn CWO at Learn CW online, lcwo.net, and learn your characters. And again, you'll find that on my website, b6lk.com, how to learn Morse code. And learn your characters and learn them all. And when you've got them all to 85% proficiency, get on the air, because that's when you have to start learning that language and using that language you just learned. Because you've learned how to spell. Get on the air early and often. And that is the single most common thing. And it terrifies the heck out of most of us because we're like, I don't know how to talk.
Well, I know. I'm afraid I'll get on there and sound like a complete idiot.
No, you're not going to sound like a complete idiot because we all think that we're complete idiots, even the pros, even the guys who do 60 words a minute or 200 words a minute.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But there's very few of those. So just get on the air. We all think we make mistakes. We accept that. Big deal. Move on.
Yeah.
It's that chill.
Best thing that you can do is make mistakes, and therefore you learn from them.
Totally. So
cool.
Learn that, and then jump into LICW and try the carousels and see how you like it. If you don't like that, try one of the other 2 courses.
Yep.
And all that's on your website, Vince?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Maybe I got plenty of time at work because, I don't have a lot to do most days. So
there you go. You can get on and practice. Once you learn all what I like to do is go on that morsel.fun and like to do the word.
That's fun. Yeah, that is cool.
Practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I like to do that before work or after work, kind of unwind. And that's what I like to do, to practice. I don't get on the air every day. I do hunt a lot of pota on CW. So I work from home, so I'll have the radio up on one workstation and my computer on another workstation, and I'll take a look to see who's doing what, and I'll work a couple of stations. But there's some days that I'm so busy that I don't even turn on the radio. But I try and get on morsel.fun at least every single day and run through 10 or 15 call signs, just to keep sharp. And but Vince is right. Once you get on the air and, let's say you're like the Matrix. Now I know CW. you will find that once you get on the air and you start making contacts, your rate goes up. Like you might be solid at 20 words a minute, but then especially if you contest or you're working pota, or I'm sorry, you're activating, you'll find that at the end of your 30 minutes on the air, you might jump up to 25 words a minute, and you just don't know it, because you're just in the rhythm. You just get into this, in this rhythm, and it's great. It's whenever you're having a good day copying CW, it is great. Like you're just in the zone. But you have, like, last weekend, I activated a couple of pota, and man, was I not in the zone. I couldn't copy anything, and I got my 12 or 13 contacts, and I was out because I was just having a bad day copying, and that's just the way it is. But I've had days where I'll be like, I'm only going to be at this park for 30 minutes, and an hour and a half later, I'm still at that park because I'm having so much fun doing CW because I'm in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
So
somebody says achievement unlocked. They've been on a stream with me now for a little while and they haven't bought anything. And I shot them back.
I mean, I feel that way too, Vince.
I shot them back the link to OmniFixo. So
I haven't bought anything tonight on stream either, which is unusual.
we recorded Workbench last night. None of us bought anything. I think that rarely happens.
I try and refrain until you guys do the shopping show. And then
oh my God, what is this thing?
The shopping show?
OmniFixo?
No, the OmniFixo thing.
Oh, you don't have one of the?
You son of a bitch.
What is this thing? The shopping show? No, the OmniFixo.
Now I'm going to have to buy this.
Pine Cell.
Yeah, no, Steve, the TO has talked about Pine Cell. He was pimping his the Monday night.
I love mine. Yeah,
I did a 3D printed case for it, and I will say, if you give it 12 volts, it's killer. I can solder coax with that thing on 12 volts.
Yeah,
nice.
USB-C, it's not going to do it, but on 12 volts, it'll definitely do it.
I can do it on USB-C PD.
I've tried. It takes too long. I want that. Give it that 12 volt straight juice, and it's gonna kill it. It's awesome.
Yeah. I've got an off-brand. Mine is a Nico or something like that. It works for small stuff. I would not attempt to solder coax with
it. That's impressive.
That's funny.
All right, we're gonna go. On that note, we're gonna go.
Because somebody needs more margarita.
Yeah. All right.
He's
well,
gonna go make margarita water.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Appreciate it. Couldn't do the stream without you guys. And then also Jim and Vince and Josh, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks, man.
And we'll go to a club, go make some contacts during field day. It's the biggest amateur radio day of the year. Can't wait.
Thank you. Yes, please do get out there. We want to make contacts with you. Let's go.
Get on the air.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. I got to go. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.